with a Fox News alert. We finally got our hands on that affidavit used to raid President Trump's house. And as expected, the media is freaking out.
But I can tell you that the hair on the back of my neck stood up when I saw those classification markings referenced here.
Here's the redacted portion back in the back. But the front several pages have been unsealed.
Jessica, let's start with the biggest revelations from this redacted affidavit.
Yeah, so a lot of really intricate and quite frankly startling details.
Why was a search needed? This is so unprecedented, so unusual. Why did the FBI need to go and get boxes? And this affidavit does lay that out exactly.
I'm not sure what affidavit she was looking at because this affidavit doesn't lay out anything. Half of it's blacked out. Here's what the affidavit doesn't say. We're pretty sure Trump has the nuclear football in Melania's shoe closet. But here's what it does say. We are likely to find evidence of obstruction. What does that mean? The last time you were there, Trump let you in. You had lunch by the pool, and he threw a lock on the storage closet because you told him to. Now, you're going to go back in because you're likely to find evidence of obstruction? Again, what does that even mean? That you'll likely find the lock you told him to put on the storage closet? And by the way, the FBI agent, this guy named Bratt, whose signature is on the affidavit, is an Obama donor. So the agent who donated to Obama got a warrant from a judge who also donated to Obama. But the Biden guys had to go in there. Why? Because some liberal librarian at the National Archives said Trump checked out some papers and they were long overdue.
You think because you're a celebrity that somehow the law doesn't apply to you, that you're above the law?
Certainly not.
Well, let me tell you something funny, boy. You know that little stamp? The one that says New York Public Library? Well, that may not mean anything to you, but that means a lot to me. One whole hell of a lot.
But this whole archives thing, the whole presidential records thing, this classified records thing, it's just an excuse for them to go in there. None of this classification stuff even matters. Trump said he declassified everything that was still there in the boxes. They may have had classification markings on them, and the media is using that to scare you. But if Trump declassifies something and a lawyer doesn't change the little marking on it, it doesn't matter. Plus, he's the president. He has legal access to whatever Trump administration document he wants when he leaves office. That's the deal all presidents have. He can see whatever he wants. They save every piece of presidential paper, and the archives keep it for the legacy. But it's also for the presidential library or if the president wants to write a book. Is the archivist not going to let Trump look at his own documents? It doesn't make sense. So what's the problem here? Well, according to the affidavit, there appears to be two major concerns: where the documents were stored and how they were stored. The affidavit states, I believe that the storage room and other spaces within the premises are not currently authorized locations for the storage of classified information, or NDI. NDI is National Defense Information. So let me get this straight. Trump has some Trump administration documents locked up in the storage room of a basement of a private club guarded by Secret Service agents. That's the reason for the raid? These are 10 times more secure than Hillary Clinton's materials left on a server in Chappaqua, begging for our enemies to penetrate. But they also didn't like how the documents were stored. Are you ready for this? It says, of most significant concern was that highly classified records were unfoldered, intermixed with other records, and otherwise improperly identified. Wait a minute. You're telling me Trump's biggest crime is his filing system? That he mixed newspaper clippings with a love letter from Little Rocket? Man, call Staples right away. We need a paralegal in here immediately to organize these files. This is why the Justice Department didn't want to release the affidavit. It's embarrassing. Whatever happened to the nuclear secrets he was selling to the Saudis? Now this is about a file cabinet? What's in the file cabinet again? Don't know. They won't tell us because it's classified. They'll just leak it. But Trump basically almost got us killed. That's what they're saying. It's not like Trump left these documents at a computer repair shop run by a blind guy or anything, or forgot him at a halfway house filled with drug addicts. What does Biden think about all this?
Without a specialized area in which to receive classified documents, is it ever appropriate for a president to bring classified documents home with them?
It depends on the document and it depends on how secure they're bringing it.
Biden says it depends. He just raided his rival's house, and now it depends. I think what he's really saying is Bill Clinton can lose the nuclear football, Hillary can get hacked by the Russians, and my family can leave computers and diaries all over the place, but Trump has to keep the letter Obama left him at the White House at Fort Knox. And if he doesn't, he's a spy. Trump should have just bleached the documents and said they were personal. They were about yoga with Barron, Don Jr.'s wedding plans. Then would they have called off the dogs? Here's what Obama had to say about Hillary's excuses, remember?
What I also know, because I handle a lot of classified information, is that there's classified and then there's classified. There's stuff that is really top secret, and there's stuff that is being presented to the president or the Secretary of State that you might not want on the transom or going out over the wire, but is basically stuff that you could get in open source.
So, since it's Trump, the stuff is classified. You know, the golf balls, the menus, the photos with Kanye in the Oval? This affidavit reads like a clumsy fishing expedition. Listen to this. There is probable cause to believe that additional documents that contain classified NDI or that are presidential records subject to record retention requirements currently remain on the premises. Notice the word or. They had no idea what they were looking for. That's why they asked the Epstein judge to let him take any presidential records from Trump's entire presidency. Now, if they're looking for top secret documents that are about to get flushed down the toilet or sold to the Russians, why did they take Trump's passports? Why did they take his presidential rain jacket? Everybody knows what's going on here. Trump declassified a bunch of Russiagate documents, and the FBI wants them back. There's also probably other stuff in there the Democrats don't want to get out. So this was a cleanup job, plus a fishing expedition because they took anything that wasn't nailed down. And they have to be sniffing around for January 6 goodies, and they'll probably find something to frame them with, say they found the P-tape. But they can't verify anything because, it's classified. No wonder Biden doesn't want his fingers on this. This raid reeks. But we have proof Biden signed off on this investigation. The archivist spoke to Biden's White House counsel about it, and the White House counsel spoke to Biden about it. And he said, do whatever you need to do. Biden knew exactly what was going on here and what his boys were up to. You don't revoke your predecessor's privilege and say, I don't know what's going on. Listen to the White House press secretary play dumb. Not a stretch.
Who in the White House knew about this investigation? Because the president has been adamant that he knew nothing, he got no warning about it.
So those are two different things. The president was not briefed.
Are you saying that he didn't know about the actual, that there would be a search warrant carried out? Because he did have to know about it, about the documents being there, because
again, two different things, right? We did not.
Yeah.
No. We did not know. Again, I'm just going to repeat myself.
But you knew about. You had to know that that it was there, or that they were missing, because he signed off on giving the archives the authority.
No,
on
but
the executive privilege to make the
Don,
decision.
I just want to make sure we separate the two, right?
Isn't it funny how the media makes a living off classified documents? People are leaking classified documents to the media all the time. They get awards for writing about classified documents. Freedom of the press, transparency. They're suing the feds every single day to declassify stuff. Because the truth is the media needs classified information to break news. But now the media is saying the president of the United States can't have classified information. They're saying it's illegal for the president to have classified information, but not for them. It's their job to have classified information, not the president of the United States. If he has it, it's illegal. You see what's going on here? They can report classified information to the entire world and put our national security at risk. But the president can't lock up the same document in a box in a basement. That's putting national security at risk. This is nuts, guys. And the criminal statute that they stated in the affidavit doesn't even apply to the president. He's excluded. This affidavit's an airball. Biden just raided his opponent's house, bribed his voters with your money, called half the country fascist, and then went back on vacation. And we're supposed to think Trump's the bad guy. Must be good to be king.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.